see here use of codes for reporting and purposes, placeholders, seventh characters, abbreviations, right? So these are all abbreviations, alphabetic index abbreviations, and as well as tabular list abbreviations, punctuations, use, other and unspecified codes. We can see here include notes, inclusion terms, exclude notes, right? Ideology manifestations, right, and with C also, code also, default codes, right? Code assignment criteria, right? So these all things we are going to discuss, right? So from today, right? So somebody will ask you tomorrow, so what, like, how these conventions are helping in ICD-10-CM, how these conventions are helping in ICD-10-CM, sir. These conventions are these conventions are the instructions that how we can handle, how we can manage the ICD-10-CM manual or the software, because all the instruction notes, all the instructional notes, whatever the instructional notes given under the codes in the tabular list. So based on these convention guidelines only, they are placed all those in the instructions under the codes in the tabular list, So like, everybody clear with this? What is the use of these conventions? So conventions are set of rules that how we can handle the manual, right? So the first set of the convention guideline we have covered in yesterday's session, which is called as alphabetic index and tabular list, right? So now we know what is alphabetic index and what is tabular list, right? So what is alphabetic index? So alphabetic index is to find out the code as an alphabetical order, and whatever the code that we are getting from the alphabetic index, so that code we are taking that code and we are confirming that code by using the tabular list, right? So we know how to search the code as well, right? So now we are going to see about the format and structure of the code. So whatever the ICD-10-CM code that you are going to find out by using ICD-10-CM manual or the software, right? So that code contains 7 characters. How many? 7 characters. So minimum 3 characters to maximum 7 characters. So for example, a condition is there which is called as high blood pressure. What it is? High blood pressure. So high blood pressure is also called as BP or hypertension. What it is? Hypertension. So basically this hypertension code is I-10. So I-10, this is actually a 3-character code. What it is? 3-character code. So if you take any code related to fracture, so these fracture codes looks like, right? So S82.013, right? And then ARD. So why we are adding this ARD after the code? So this will be deciding the reason for the encounter. So reason for the encounter is nothing but, so why that patient is getting admitted to the hospital, or why that patient is presenting to the clinic, or if that patient is coming to the hospital for the follow-up, right? So on which time that patient is coming to the hospital. For example, so we have 3 types of admissions are there. One is initial, right? And then subsequent, and the final one is sequela. So A is initial visit. So initial visit is nothing but, so after getting an accident, that patient is admitted to the hospital, right? So that first day is considered as an initial stay or initial visit. So subsequent it is nothing but, so after the accident, I went to hospital and I admitted to the hospital, right? So my treatment and everything was done, right? And I just discharged to my home. So I went to my home, right? So after 4 to 5 days, I'm getting some complication from that fracture wound. So what I will do there? So again, I call to the hospital. Sir, I am getting some bleeding from my previous wound. So you want me to come there, right? So when you are going to the hospital, that second time when you are going to hospital, right? So that is considered as an follow-up. What is that? Follow-up.